Santa Barbara Baker here with the new Ooni Karu 16 multi-fuel pizza oven. I'm excited to get this thing unboxed, set up, and fired up. Make some pizza. It's pizza time. Getting started with unboxing the Ooni Karu 16 multi-fuel pizza oven. First impressions on this thing, it's heavy. It's about 90 pounds, so definitely get some assistance or move it very carefully. Definitely heavier than the Coda 16, which is the oven I'm usually working with. Starting off here, this looks to be the stones, I imagine. Be extra careful, but let's see what we have in here. That is correct. Those are the baking stones. I'm going to put these over to the side here for safekeeping. I always like to keep the little bit of bubble packaging they have in there. It's great for when you're traveling if you want to take your oven with you. Nice to protect it. All right, what do we have next here? The door. This is one of the big new features with this oven. I guess they're calling this the new flagship oven from Ooni. And one thing people are really excited about on this is the door. This thing feels really heavy duty for sure. I feel like this is gonna improve the preheat times versus the Coda 16. It keeps some heat in on that door section, which I think will open up some new pizza styles, which is exciting to me. Put this over to the side as well, cleaning out our packaging in here. Getting into the good stuff, the oven here. All right, see what we got here. I must applaud Ooni for always, the packaging seems to be pretty good every time. The stuff, it's really easy to unpack, like the Coda 16. You can get that thing fired up super quick. We'll see how this one compares. I have a feeling maybe a little bit more involved because we have a little smokestack on here. It's a multi-fuel pizza oven. Have that door where you have to assemble. Assembly manual, that's what we're looking for. We'll just put it aside. We have the essentials guide, and then let's see here, a warranty. Ooni always extends that once you register, which is a great idea. The assembly manual, look at this thing. This thing is fatty. Let's get started here. All right, and all the different languages. All right, we just start with getting the oven, the rest of it out of the box here. See, this is the good stuff. See how heavy this part is. Oh yeah, this is definitely the heavy part. I bet you there's a smokestack underneath, or maybe it is packaged in here. See, oh, it's inside. Perfect. All right, maybe we'll see if we can remove what's inside the oven before taking it out here, because it's pretty heavy. See what we got going here. The smokestack. And it's multi-fuel, so you can burn wood, lump charcoal in this oven. You know, Coda 16 just burns on gas, opening up some different possibilities. If you like burning wood, the smokestack, I think, you know, I like the ability to burn different fuels, but also the downside is it takes up more space. But that's the price you pay for wanting to have some little more versatilities, which is pretty cool. Let's see what's in this one. Looks like maybe it's just the cover for the back, or it's the little fuel hopper. See here, that's what it appears to be. I think don't miss any of the parts here. Oh yeah, there's important stuff in here. Battery. So this is another really neat new feature of the oven. It comes with a digital thermometer. I'm really curious to see how this works. I usually actually just bake by fuel. I mean, I know when that oven's been preheated. I usually baking Coda 16. I give it at least a half hour. I know it's good. I check it with the gun, but I'm usually pretty much relying on the vibe that the oven's ready. But this is gonna take the guesswork out of it. You don't have to carry around your gun. Even better, we'll see how it functions. The batteries, make sure we don't lose anything here. Up next. Aha. This must be the cover for the fuel, I assume. goes over the back. I have some oak I'm going to use, I think, for my first burn with something other than gas. The gas burner is not included. You have to purchase that separately, unfortunately. I wish Ooni would include it. I mean, it's the multi-fuel flagship one. It'd be sweet if it came with it. But you have to purchase that separately currently. All right, the main body piece. Oh, there's even more in here. Let's see, I think this is the whole tray. Curious if it's just the fuel tray. We'll find out. I do not have the Ooni Karu, the original one, which is a little smaller than this. So this oven overall is new to me. Oh, here's the little, this must be, it's just the cap for the smokestack. This one, you want to put the oven away and make sure to keep out any moisture. Put that over here as well. Oh no, this thing is definitely heavier than the Coda 16 overall and just bigger. Out of here. We got jingling around. Take off the packaging. Nice, all the Ooni ovens are pretty similar with the setup, the legs that easily fold out. Another little piece in here. Let's see what we got. It's a little warning plate. Put this aside for now. Okay. We can consult our manual, but I assume the first thing is going to be to fold out the legs. Unfold the legs. There we go. Step one. Clear a little space here. Just tilt it up on its side. Pop out the legs. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that looks like a little fastener for that plate. Sure. That leg is fully folded down. Alright, there we go. Manhandling this one. Make sure you don't scratch it before you fire it up. That's your goal, right? It'll still probably work well. Looking pretty good. This first thoughts on this thing. It's pretty sweet. You know, vibes of the Coda 16. It's a little, definitely heavier. That's a good sign to me. I think that the Coda 16 maybe could use a little more insulation. This one says it has more insulation. We'll see how it does when we fire it up. Step one, we got the legs unfolded. Attach the bracket to the floor. The thermometer bracket setup is pretty straightforward. There's just a little washer here and a couple of screws. And that just is going to go right up underneath here. Probably could have done this before you even put the legs up, but I'm just following the instructions in the manual as described. Get our other little washer here. Thermometer, I think, will come in handy. Definitely curious to see the comparison in temps between the gun and the thermometer, but we'll see. I'm not really sure if the thermometer, if you look in the manual, if you're getting the temperature of the just ambient temperature of the oven, or if that's supposed to be more of a reading what you're getting off the stone. Bracket is installed. That was straightforward. Up next, they want us to install the batteries into the thermometer, which is nice. They does come with a little screwdriver, so you don't need any extra tools. It appears pretty sweet. Get this thing unscrewed and install the 3 AAA batteries, which are included. 7 screws on this thing, so take some time. I have the back plate of the thermometer removed. This thing was definitely tedious to take off. There's 7 little tiny screws. So hopefully you don't have to change the batteries on this thing all too often. And it does come with the batteries, like I mentioned. I'm gonna get these loaded up. Plate just pops right back in. Go and add the 7 screws back in there. After you have the battery plate reinstalled, it's real simple to install the thermometer. There's just a little screw right here you attach onto the bracket that we just installed. Tighten it up, and then we'll run the little plug. Looks like it plugs in here underneath the oven. Get it untied. Looks like to install or to plug in the thermometer. It might be easiest to turn the oven over on its side because you have to feed it through a little couple areas, it appears. This thing tilted up. Here we go. You can see there's these little brackets here so this thing's not dangling below. Get that installed, and there's a little plug here. Plugged in. The thermometer is now installed. One of the flagship features of the oven. Make sure to get this thing packed up safely. The leg folds in. All right, we're back in business here where everything is folded out completely. All right, we have the thermometer installed and plugged in. Up next, install the fuel tray and fuel grate. It's gonna sit in the back of the oven. Or actually, they want you to put in the baking stones. First, let's get those busted out here. We're gonna remove our two. This one comes with a Karu 16. It looks like it's in two separate stones to fit the shape of the oven. Here's this one, I think up here will go in the back. Wow, this thing feels huge. Sits right on there, is that correct? Yep, they just slide right on in, and now the larger one thankfully arrived all in one piece, but the packaging is nice. As I said, I recommend saving it in case you want to travel with the oven. Slide this guy in. Really nice. Setting it down gently. We're in business. Wow, look at that. A lot more height in here compared to the Karu 16, which will be cool. That means you can bake some bread, some taller, some like more a pan pizza you could bake in here, which is really pretty sweet. Have the fuel tray and grate is up next. I have the fuel tray and grate unpacked. This thing looks pretty sweet, definitely heavy duty. This is where you're gonna put your fuel if you're using wood or charcoal. When you install this, you want to always make sure the Ooni label is facing towards you. This just slides on back to the rear of the oven, sitting on the deck there. Pretty sweet. This thing is almost there, I think. Next up, we're going to attach the door. I have the door unpacked. This thing is heavy duty. I think this will provide some great insulation, improve the preheat times. It sounds like it might be a little tricky to fit in here, but we'll get it done. You want to make sure that aligns here. All right, popped it in. Look at that, looking really nice. It's just a little bit tricky to get it in the sweet spot, but not that bad. We're gonna get this thing, it comes with these two screws here, and of course an included outer wrench. You don't need anything else. That's tightened up. I'm excited. The door has me, I'm excited about it, but also feeling mixed. I do enjoy baking with the door open. We'll see if that's possible still. With this one, I like to be able to see in the oven, especially if you're cooking more of a Neapolitan style pizza. You're turning that thing often, so I find the door can be a little bit cumbersome. But the trade-off here is you're going to definitely increase those preheat times, which is sweet, or excuse me, decrease, not increase. The heat's going to go up, which is what I'm thinking about. When I get hotter faster, which is awesome. Get the other side screwed in here, and I think we're on the home stretch here. Have the door installed. This thing is looking sweet. It closes up really secure. You definitely get the idea that this thing is going to provide some added insulation. I can't wait to fire it up and see how it performs. Up next here, we got the door installed. That ended up being not too tricky. Door, chimney, and fuel hatch. This is just like the little cover here. Pretty simple. This thing, again, heavy duty, keeping the oven insulated. The insulation is improved on this one. Oh, put it in the right way. Looking really good. Almost there. Onto the smokestack. Oh, popping this thing out. And it looks like it should just little directions, I think, right even on here. Just pop right in. There we go. I think that looks good to me. I have the smokestack installed. The setup of this thing was really easy. I gotta say, the worst part of it by far is unscrewing and rescrewing the thermometer, little back plate for the battery there. The rest of it's really easy. Final thing here is we have this little deflection plate. I'm gonna get this installed on the back. Just a little plate here with 2 screws. Turn the oven around. I'm gonna install the deflection plate. It comes with the screws already installed in here. You just drop it on here and tighten it up with the Allen key. Have the deflection plate attached and turn the oven back around. Being careful for sure. This thing is heavy, definitely much heavier than the Coda 16, which is pointing to again that this thing is well insulated. It'd be rad to bake up some pizzas. Let's see what the final thing is here. The smokestack. Definitely remove that before your first bake. Got the chimney baffle here. You can go up and down. Make sure that that's open before lighting. Remove the top here. The next step before you're gonna bake your first pizza is you wanna season the oven. You wanna light a nice fire in there. Let the oven burn off at least 30 minutes before you fire your first pie in there. This oven came together pretty sweet. Got to clean up around here before I bake, before I get that oven seasoned and bake up my first pie. I hope you enjoyed this Ooni Karu 16 multi-fuel pizza oven unboxing. Give me a follow on Instagram. I'm Santa Barbara Baker on there. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below. You can support the Santa Barbara Baker YouTube channel by buying Ooni products through the links down below. I'm an Ooni ambassador and affiliate, and every purchase helps support the channel and keeps the pizzas baking. You can find all my pizza recipes up on santabarbarabaker.com. I love you all. Keep dreaming pizza, making pizza. One love.